Every year at market, Melrose manages to amaze me with some of their elegant and contemporary new products. And this year, Refined Neutrals has actually amazed me again. I want to show you some of these new products that we have, and we have over 900 in the entire showroom, but Refined Neutrals has some very select pieces, and they have some new coloring that is definitely on trend. We have some new shaping that is on trend, and that's really important for you. So let's kind of start out looking at just some of these new products that we have. The first on this table, you're going to see these nice, beautiful contemporary birds that they come together. You'll see a little bit of that bronze coloring. Now, we've been talking about that bronze coloring that you're going to see, whether that's in your lanterns or in your accent pieces or even just in the coloring on a bird. Those are pretty spectacular, and that's something that is on trend. Our metallics, our finishes, our paints all have a little bit of that warmer color, and that's going to be in bronze. Now, in holiday, we talked about chocolate and caramel, because we had some trees that came out and they had some new sprays and they were of that nice brown chocolate and caramel look. But here in something sophisticated and contemporary, we're adding that bronze coloring, and that's what you're looking for to be on trend. This is my favorite part of Refined Neutrals, and I just came over and just was at gaga over this table. Now, this table came out 2 seasons ago. We've had this at Melrose for a while. It's that mid-century modern black table. But here's what really struck me, and that is what the designers did with the moss mat and all the succulents on the inside. I have never seen them decorate a glass top table quite like this, and it is absolutely stunning and beautiful. And the people that walk through here, they go, whoa, how did you build that? Well, I'm going to show you all the different types of succulents pieces that we have, and they're not sprays, they're single stems. They have an excellent touch to them. When I saw them in the warehouse, you know, they were just kind of lined up like I'm going to show you on the wall. I can't imagine how the designer said, hey, I'm going to take all those, put those together and create something like this. But this is what we're seeing in this collection, because it is sophisticated, but at the same time, there's a big focus on that organic shaping. And we see that come together with that succulent shape and with the shapes of the items that are around it. For example, let's take a look at the wall here. Beautiful and perfect for what's on trend in 2025. The shape of that mirror. I'm going to ask you at home, what shape is that mirror? It's not an oval. It's definitely not a circle. It is a biomorphic shape. And so that is something that you are going to find more in nature, something that has that design, that different uniqueness about it. And the color itself is bronze. And so you're going to see that frame in bronze. I love the mirror that's down below. Of course, this one is a circular mirror, but again, we have that darker black, but it is brushed with the bronze over the top of that. This is on trend. The color's on trend, the shape is on trend. The wall art is the same thing. The frame here has that same coloring on it, and we see that up through the trees. And of course, I love the definition anyway. Anytime that I have that glazing and that little special effect, I'm liking that. But this whole look, everything we see from the succulents inside the glass top table to these leaf pieces here. Wow, you talk about mimicking something that you would find in nature, something that looks a little bit more organic. That is what is on trend. That is what you are looking for as you do your shopping here at market. We're going to pull back to this table that's right in front. There's 2 new bowls here. Those have that finish on them. Again, very, very elegant. What is the shaping along the edge? It is not smooth. It is not something that is square or rectangular or perfectly circular or round on the edge. We've got this landscape kind of look. Like if you were to look at the horizon and you were to see the trees and the bushes and whatever, and you were to outline that, that's the kind of shape that you see on this part of this bowl. That's what's trending in this collection. And every single product that we have in this area, this Refined Neutrals, you're going to find those elements. You're going to find a little bit of that color. You're going to see it move a little bit away from the stark black. You're going to see that bronze over the top, just like on that mirror. You're going to see a warmth here, but in a very elegant way. Now, here are some more examples of how they wanted to showcase some of the succulents that they brought in. We have some planters here, and they just are draping this nice piece. I will tell you, this has the real feel. If you guys have been checking some of your botanicals where they're soft, and you can, you know, move them, squish them, bend them, and they go right back to their shape. That is a benefit to you as a store owner, making sure that you have that kind of a feel. for everything that you're working with. I want to show you the wall too before we move too far from this section, because this is what I got to see before I got to market. I got to see all the little pieces. I will tell you that these pieces are unique because this comes together as one piece. You're not going to separate these out. This is a nice heavy piece, and when we saw this, this is a great piece that you can just take and do something like this. You know how we've talked about how if you have a shelf and you want to just pop a little piece of green in there, just a little something to do a filler for you, this one right here is one that does that perfectly. The other thing is, I'm going to pull this one down too so you can see it. They're kind of heavy. They're heavy, they're complete, they're ready to go. And so when they built that in the table with all these different pieces on the wall, they used some of the singulars, they used some of the groupings, they used some of this trailing piece, and it really, really is a really nice piece that they put together for you there. I'm going to stick them back so the customers can continue to shop for them, and we're going to continue to look at some more of the pieces. Here's some of our pottery that came in. Again, the biomorphic shaping. We have the leaves of the succulent on the sides. This is very similar to what I showed you in Free Spirit. Over there, we saw it in the corals and the pinks. Here, we've got more of the greens and that succulent color that is coming through for those new products. We're going to slide on over into this main area. You're going to see a lot of different new products. Again, you're going to see the bronze coloring. We're not as focused on a flat gold. We're seeing a little bit of bronze mixed with everything throughout here. Here's a perfect example of a tray that we have. And these butterflies, or well, actually they're called moths. These came out last season. We showed those to you. These were in our top sellers. I believe this color was number 3 overall and the ivory was number 1. But look how beautiful they are on this tray that has that bronze color with it. And here's the bowl that coordinates with that. We're going to slide up the wall and just kind of give you a glance of a mirror and some of the wall art that's available here before we turn and take a look at some of the things on the back side, including these 2 mirrors here. Now, these are a vertical. What we're seeing is that it's rounded. We're rounded on the mirror corners, but it also has a pattern on the front. And the pattern with the trees and the birds has the bronze coloring with it. I think those 2 mirrors, vertical like that, are probably going to be some of our best sellers coming out of the summer markets because they just have all the right elements. They have the look, they have the coloring, and they have the shape. We're going to move on through and take a look at some other products that really focus on that hot trend, and that's this right here. It works very well with our orange Via Flame. Now, I came over here earlier. I cheated a little bit. The medium fits perfectly in the smaller one, and I do like it with the orange. The white you can put in here, but when you have this radiant color for this LED light and it has that flame moving through, I do like the orange. This is the larger size if you want to see how well that fits. It's magnetic, of course, on the bottom, so it snaps right into place. Gorgeous. These are gorgeous candle holders, very elegant, very sophisticated for this season. These are in my top favorite new candle holders for this season. I just love these. I think the color's perfect. They're just right. They're just right for it. We're going to slide down the shelf and show you a couple things. This is a photo holder. So you would have your photo here, 5x7, placed inside of this. The bronze coloring, the bronze framing, and glass. And then if you want a piece that has a piece of artwork in place instead of a photo of yourself, you have this one that will come through with the bird. And it is sitting on a pair of mirrored trays that are new for this season. We're going to slide on over. We're going to see something else that's brand new that they've come up with, and that is these moss pads. And these come in 3 different sizes. They're not shown here in the 3 sizes. When you go to the catalog, you'll see a larger one, a medium, and then this one is the small. So what they did is they took it and they put it in like this, popped a couple succulents in here, and they have this as a treasure box. And so this is new with the same coloring. And then you want to pick up the moss pads. So when you're searching inside of the catalog or the virtual showroom when that comes out next month, you're going to look for the moss pad. Now you can get moss mats too. We have 2 or 3 of them that are in for this season that you can work with. Here are some new products. Nice table accents, good coloring, nice and heavy. And then this butterfly tray that's down on the bottom. The coloring is exquisite, and I'm going to go ahead and tip this up so that Katie can show that to you very well. The detailing is nice. It's not too heavy. You would think that this is going to be really heavy. It's got about the right amount of weight to it. I mean, you want it to have a little bit, but it's not like, to pick that up. But beautiful tray. And butterflies, of course, have been hot for the last couple of years. That will continue. We're going to see a little bit of new wall art with our birds. Again, we're seeing that little touches, very small, that represent oil paintings. And so we are kind of moving away from watercolors. That is something that's trending with wall art. We're getting away from that type of style and going more towards something that is going to represent a little bit of a faux oil painting. We're going to slide backward, continue to see some contemporary smooth lines. These three here are all brand new accents. These remind me so much of our best-selling set of three in spring that are that nice white color that are the tulip, hyacinth, and the other flower. I think these are the next gen. So when you're looking for next generation of a piece like that for your store, if you bought those other pieces in the past, these are the three that you're going to want to make sure that you're picking up. The next shelf down, this is the #1 bestseller last year of all products that we had for every day, and they are our cream colored moss, and they flow perfectly into this collection. The butterflies were in the top too, and what's cool about them is they have this backing on it to where it sits in an angle. So when you sit this down on your coffee table or your sofa table, wherever you're going to sit this, it looks up to the viewer instead of laying flat down on the tabletop. That's an extra feature and benefit that you have for your customers. We're in the second section of refined neutrals. This table, oh, gorgeous. Now, when I was in Free Spirit yesterday, I showed you the white and the black butterflies. We had just cream, and then we have white with black. When I came back here, I started to look at the warmth here. We have a little bit of a gold or that kind of sunset color that we brought in. They're in our new vases here, these taller vases with the butterflies. But also, Katie is going to show you the topper over on the shelving unit. And it has lots of butterflies across the top. It is gorgeous, works very well in the refined collection here, but it has the black, the orange, and the yellow involved in them. We're going to go ahead and take a look, Katie, on the back shelf. We've got customers here in the area, so we are going to try to not put them in focus. If you go to the middle shelf in the back, we have some new glassware. It is going to also feature that bronze color. And the second shelf down, we have some new vases, some new glass vases that are beautiful. They're going to have that color in there. Some new butterflies. Now this one, the wings are folded up. Usually we have the butterflies where they're folded out. But as we were talking about those stands on some of our insects, having that at an angle. So you can sit it like this, and you're going to see it to the viewer instead of for it to lay flat like that. It's going to give it a little bit of extra dimension. The ladybug has that. Here's a butterfly and a dragonfly that have those stands on them to help present them a little bit better. Now let's look at this shelf. I really like that ombre glass with the warm Fia flame in it, but wow, look at these. Impressive. And if you're looking for a lighted element that is soft, it is elegant, but it is at the same time contemporary and has that bronze look, this one is perfect for that. We have some more containers here. We show this in a nice brown color. It's got this nice natural wave. Again, that's what we're looking for, trending. We don't have straight up and down lines. We've got something that is a little biomorphic. These here are in this nice cocoa color. We also have these in a dark, dark navy elsewhere in the showroom. These three on the wall showcase in a nice wood tone the bee, the butterfly, and the dragonfly for wall art. Beautiful. I have to show you these from last year because they're just fun. I like these because they go on any pot. Last year we had them on different pots. So we put these pots in, they hold it on their little their little rumps, and then these little guys, they just kind of come over, and we got the little bulldog face, and we got a little wiener dog here or beagle, and they hang on any pot. So it doesn't matter which pot you have. You can grab these and stick them right on there. These are just fun to have in your store. Lots of customers love those. Here we're picking up just a little bit of that bronze coloring on our ceramic pottery. Can you see that bronze? Beautiful, beautiful. Just picking up a little bit of that. And that's how you're going to stay on trend in this collection. Now, Fia Flame has been popular for a very long time. It's hard sometimes to decide what color you want to feature. So we have some new candle holders here. This is a set of 3. They are connected. We put inside the mini Fia, and this is the orange color. And I wanted to show you how that warms that up and just really gives it a beautiful, beautiful look. If you want to see it with white, This is our bright white, but if you want to see what the color would look like, what a change. So there we're focused more on the warmth. And here we have that clear light. On this one, I have to say I'm a little bit on the fence. I kind of like the white, kind of like the orange. I think that's your preference. Put it in the comments which one you like. Do you like it better with the orange or with the white Fia flame? But both of these are a nice metal, good patterning here. Again, that bronze color. Did you see that I coordinated my nails with the bronze just for these candle holders because I knew they were going to be beautiful inside the showroom. Good ombre effect here from the bronze at the bottom to the frost white at the top. Gorgeous new pieces. We're going to turn around, make sure that you get one more look at everything here. There's just so many new products here. There are so many things to look at. If you log into your Melrose wholesale account, you'll be able to shop everything in this collection, be able to check it out, and you'll be able to look at all the shaping that we're talking about being on trend and that color. This is an exceptional, exceptional collection. We are in Dallas in showroom 310. We want to invite you in this week. If you have never been in here before, this is a perfect time to just come in, look, and ask some questions. We have our A-team in. The Melrose sales reps are here. They know all these things that I know to tell you, and they can share it with you, and they can take you through on a personal tour if you would like that. If you'd like to come in by yourself and just look around and, check out tags and things like that, that's perfectly fine. That's what Market is for, to discover all those on-trend products and become acquainted with new friends. Thanks so much for joining us today, and remember, we're in showroom 310.